What's going on, guys? It is Thursday. I got home last night and TFNation ended last weekend. 3 years in the waiting. I'm very emotional. It was an unbelievable few days. I had the most amazing time with my friends and people I was meeting just for the first time, and getting to buy figures and things, and meeting guests. It was an amazing weekend. And to start off, I would like to say two things: either thanks for watching my vlog, or the vlog is coming soon, because I filmed it all on my phone, so I practically never do that, so I need to get everything off my phone. So yeah, so here is my thoughts and haul video for TFNation, the obligatory thoughts and haul video for TFNation. I'm gonna start off with just the weekend in general. So I got over on the Friday, as I normally do, and as you can imagine, it was a pretty scorching weekend. It was like 32 degrees, and as all of you know, I'm Irish. I don't do well in the heat, but thankfully the Hilton was like nice and air conditioned, so that was no problem. I stayed indoors for most of the convention besides going out for food. So yeah, you can just imagine how that was, an Irish in the heat. It's not a great combination. We're not used to it. So other than that, it was a very, very fun weekend. It didn't feel like it was 3 years. For me anyway, and just getting to see everyone was very, very emotional. Naturally, people that you'd usually see once a year or you talk to quite frequently online, it was just emotional getting to see those people again in person, seeing people that like I haven't seen in a long time. It was great. I had the most amazing time. I'm gonna talk about some of the guests that I met. Naturally, I was so excited to meet Gary Chalk. I spent the entire Saturday going, should I say hi? And I went, there's too many people. And I kept doing that for all the Saturday. And Sunday morning, he was there, and I saw like 2 people. And I thought, right, go over, get it done, just go, because I know that if I leave too long, I'm gonna miss him. So I went over, and I just, the first words that come out of my mouth, I just blurted out like how much his Optimus meant to me, and he was so kind and understanding, just a very, very sweet man, just very, very nice. And I got a picture with him. I have an autograph. I'm gonna show you that in a sec. I got a picture with him, which was very cool. I was so excited because he was my first Optimus Prime / Primal. So yeah, it was incredibly exciting for me to meet basically one of the voices in my childhood. So yeah, that was amazing. And I also went to see Lindsay. I can't pronounce her surname. Lindsay, who was Elita 1 in Transformers Siege, Earthrise, and Kingdom. I met her and I got to chat to her for a few minutes, and she was so lovely. She was really, really nice. Just a very, very nice person, very polite, very kind. And it was great meeting her. I loved her Elita 1 in the War for Cybertron trilogy, so it was amazing getting to meet her and just kind of like just chatting about voice acting and stuff. So that was great. I went up to James Roberts and Nick Roach like I do every year, especially since the last TFNation and this one, I'd read More Than Meets the Eye and I'd read Lost Light, and I'd absolutely fallen in love with it. So I had to go up to James Roberts and just gush about how much I loved More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light. So that was the guests I went to meet, and now I just want to take a little moment to talk about just the people that I met while I was there. Naturally, I met up with my friends that I usually do, Toy Nerd Reviews and the Wrecker 84, John and Jack. I went and met them again. We always spend the weekend together, and that was incredible. I mean, unfortunately, Jack wasn't able to stay for the whole weekend, which was a shame. But we still appreciated the time we got to spend together, and it was just amazing. I always spend the weekend with those two guys, and it's always fun. We're always literally counting down the days for TFNation, and it was just amazing. I think for the sake of this, I want to use people's YouTube handles, because if you want to go and check out their channels, you can. And then of course over the weekend I got to hang out with 360verse and Crosshouse Productions, my good mates, and that was fun. That was great. Always love seeing those guys. We chat a lot, but it's always, again, like with John and Jack, it's always just fun to just get to hang out in person, you know, like not just be texting on Facebook or something like that, or Snapchat, just, you know, being able to hang out. I also got to hang out with my friend Xena Prime during the convention, and that was fun. That was like the first time we'd hung out at the con. So that was really fun. That was great, getting to just, you know, chat like in person and all that kind of stuff. That was great, and just have a laugh. I also want to take the time to thank the people who came up to me during the convention. Like, people actually came up to me and said they were fans, and that absolutely blew my mind. That was incredible. So I just want to thank everyone who came up to me and said hello and all that. That was really, really cool. That was very, very sweet. So I just want to say thank you very much. That absolutely made my day. So now that I've finished talking about people, let's get on to what I got. So I'm gonna start off with these two books I got. I got these from Mr. James Roberts. These are the notebooks for More Than Meets the Eye. Like, literally in here is like some of like James Roberts' like personal notes on More Than Meets the Eye. Like, there's actually like handwritten notes in the book and things like that, and his thought processes and stuff, and like how he came up with the characters and the stories and little plot points. And I just, since I bought this, I've just been skimming through it. I just found it absolutely fascinating, and when I heard he had them, I just had to get them. I thought, what an incredible thing to do. So I had to pick these up. I'm delighted. So I have these now. I'm still reading them, and yeah, amazing. I also bought a load of prints. So I'm gonna start off with the one I got from Mr. Gary Chalk. It was this picture of this print of all the forms of Optimus Primal from Beast Wars, and he signed it, and I am delighted with this. I'm just so happy I have this. As soon as I got this, I was just giddy. I was walking around like seeing my friends just going, look what I got. I was so happy, and I was texting people at home going like, oh my god, I just met this, I got his autograph, I got a picture. I was so happy that I got this. So got a print from Gary Chalk, and he signed it, and yes, that's so cool. I also got this print. It is Rodimus from More Than Meets the Eye with the Matrix, and this is my favorite version of Rodimus. Like, hands down, More Than Meets the Eye Rodimus is my favorite version of Rodimus. There's just something different about him. I love it. I absolutely love this. This is so cool. I got this print of Optimus Prime from Transformers Prime. This is one of my favorite versions of Optimus Prime. So when I saw this, I just thought this was such a cool style. I love this. It's so cool. It's almost like an anime style, I guess, if that's the way you would put it. And it is beautiful. It is amazing. I love this so much, and I think it was one of the first prints I bought. As soon as I saw it, I went, I need that. I need it. So yeah, that was amazing. I love that. Bumblebee movie, Optimus and Bumblebee. I saw this and I thought, this is freaking awesome. I think that's their Cybertronic modes as well. Well, obviously Bumblebee, but I think is that Prime's Cybertronic mode? I think it is. So I got this, and I literally stayed talking to the artist for about 20 minutes, and it was just, he was very nice and really cool, and I just had such a great time. So basically, if I can find the artists on social media, I will post their social medias in the link below. So if you want to see any of the artwork that I showed you here, if I can find it online, it will be in the description. So definitely check that out and really give them some support, because they were absolutely amazing. And now it's time to move on to the figures. I didn't get a lot of figures this year, I have to say. I got a couple, but I didn't get as many as I usually do. I usually get well into the double digits. But I didn't do that this time. I actually didn't do that this time. So I kept it a bit small, and I'm very, very pleased. I went straight to Toy Foo stand on the Saturday morning when I got in at 10:30. I was in the queue, got in at 10:30, and I was hoping to find a Cybertron Dark Scorponok, but unfortunately I just missed out on him because people got in an hour earlier. So I just said, you know what, I always like going to Toy Foo stand and buying something because I love to support it, it's a great cause. So I picked up this guy. You can't really see it very well, but it is the Transmetal Cheetor from the 90s, the vintage one. And I'm a huge fan of the Transmetals. I think they're amazing. I really wish they'd get a modern release, because in the show, the Transmetals pretty much transformed like they did in the show. The toys basically transformed like they did in the show. So I'd love to see some modern engineering on these figures, but I picked this guy up, and as soon as I picked him up, I couldn't put him down. I was having so much fun with this figure. And I always found that the face always put me off because it's always like an angry face, but that doesn't matter. I'm having way too much fun with this figure. I nearly picked up Rat Trap, and at the last minute I decided not to. But I'm happy with Cheetor. Cheetor is really cool. I think he was just missing his tail, but that doesn't bother me too much. He's a robot cheetah. I found this guy. This guy was my last purchase on the Sunday. I found Prime Beast Hunter Shockwave. He's so cool. He didn't come with any of his Beast Hunter's like animal Predacon accessory bits. I did not care in the slightest. Posability wise, he wouldn't be the most versatile figure, but he's really cool, and I think John would tell you I spent so much time on Sunday just spinning this cannon. Collectors Club exclusive Barricade. I almost got the promo too, but I thought, nah, it's fine. Like, Prowl is not as rare, so I thought I'll stick to Barricade. He's really cool. And yeah, I did have to tighten some of his joints because he had quite loose joints, so I did have to tighten those, but that is fine. He's so cool. I love the use of this mold and the kind of movie one Barricades. He even has the To Punish and Enslave logo there. So really, really cool figure. I'm really, really happy to have this finally after a good long while of looking for it. Back with the same mold again with Transformers Go Smokescreen. Now, John very nicely picked this up for me when we were at the convention. I had just said, yeah, I'd like to find Smokescreen, and I didn't see him. And we went outside, we just were hanging out, and John said to me outside the trader hall, close your eyes. And I was like, okay, I'll humor you. And he just pulls this out of his bag and he hands it to me, and he said, I found this, here you go. And that was very, very sweet of him. That was very, very kind. I'm so happy to have this figure, and the fact it's the Transformers Go version as well. So this is really, really cool. I would love to get the toy hacks if in any way possible, but it's great to have this guy. He's so cool. I love him. Smokescreen is probably my favorite character of Transformers Prime, so yeah. Thank you so much, John. I mean, I've said that to you a bunch of times already, but I'm saying it here too. Thank you, John. This is amazing. 2007 Old Camaro Bumblebee. This thing is just awesome. And I had just mentioned, oh, if there's any figure I would get purely for nostalgia reasons, is this guy. Because this was the first figure I ever got when I was 8 years old. I think it was a Christmas present. And my mom and dad knew I loved that movie. So they picked me this up for Christmas, and who'd have thought? 15 years later, the passion is still going strong, and I'd say to this day, they still regret it. But, and naturally that figure got old and it broke and all sorts, and I just mentioned, oh, if there's any figure I would get purely for nostalgia, it would be this. And I went into the trading hall and Matt had picked it up for me, which was very, very kind. Thank you so much, Matt. This is great. This is such a nostalgia trip for me. I love this guy. I love this mode as well, the Camaro. I prefer this version of the Camaro to the newer one. So thank you again, Matt. That was very, very kind of you. I love this guy. I'm so happy to have him next to my 2007 Optimus, which I got during the broadcast of TFNation last year. So I have these two together now, and that is amazing. Thank you, Matt. I love it. It's great. I love him. This was number 1 on my list, and I'm so happy I got him. Fans Toys Galvatron. I have wanted this guy for ages. I've had the open and play version, but this guy just hits different. It is awesome. Like, it's so cool. Like, look at that carrot gun. Like, that is just, that's cool. I found this at James's stall at TFNation. I'm not exactly sure what his stall is called, but if I do find out, I will put the name here somewhere. Yeah, so it might be there right now. From there, myself and Jack were just looking at the stall. We usually go to James's stall when we're there, and I saw, just from behind a box, I saw this part of Galvatron. This part. And I was immediately like, Jack was talking to me and I went, wait, hold on a minute. I was like looking over things and I went, is that Galvatron? And because the guys knew I wanted it. So I saw him and I got him for a really good deal. He is missing a few parts, like he's missing his matrix. He's missing his matrix. He's missing his alternate head, his alternate face, the neutral face. I did really want that one, and truthfully, I would have favored that one over the angry face. But it doesn't bother me too much because this is just an awesome figure. It is so cool, and I just love it. I did want the movie colors version, the kind of more purplish blue, but look, I'm not gonna complain. He comes with this funny, like, blast effect that honestly looks like an apricot because it can just come apart like this. You know, see? There's layers. It's pretty funny. And it doesn't really tab in very well to Galvatron without knocking the blaster off. But I'm not bothered. It's just a funny little blast effect, and it's huge. Like, this is my head for reference. I've got a big head, so that's big. So yeah, that is almost everything I got from TFNation. The very last thing, I've been saying for years, I need to get a t-shirt from TFNation. Every year. I've said it every year. You can ask my friends. They all say the same thing. Yeah, they've said it for years. They never do it. So I finally got one. And I had to go with the basic. Just the basic logo of TFNation. I am delighted that I got this because I've wanted one for years, and I kept saying, I need to get one, I need to get one, and I would never do it. I've finally done it. So that is everything I got from TFNation. Just what can I say? I had the most amazing weekend. Like, it was very emotional when it ended because that was 3 years worth of waiting and excitement crammed into 3 days, and I would not trade 1 minute of it for anything. It was unbelievable. I had the most amazing time. I was just smiling from ear to ear the whole weekend, and I am so happy. All the people I got to see, the friends I got to hang out with, I just cherished every single moment, and I'm still sad that it's over, but I'm just happy now that I can, you know, I have those memories now, and I can look forward to next year. So thank you so much for watching this video and sticking around with me right till the very end. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.